a lot of who I've been dealing with are fathers that are under 18 or right around 18. A lot of them have no idea what to expect. Most of them are still barely out on their own. A lot of times when I work with them, at first they're very quiet. They just kind of like, okay, I understand, I know. Most of the time, it takes a little while. I think it may be partly pride, partly fear. They're very slow to warm up. But once they do start getting into it, once they do start feeling like they actually understand and like their actual role in things, it becomes much easier for them, and they are more receptive. Some fathers like group activities. I've worked with young dads that like getting with other young fathers to discuss so that we can all understand like each other, and it works better for them. Whereas some young fathers I've worked with prefer more one-on-one, so they can ask the questions they may be embarrassed about to ask in front of other people. So most of them, I think, don't know what to expect when services first start. They're probably expecting us to come in and tell them what to do and that everything they're doing is wrong or berate them. That's not what we're about. We want to make sure they're prepared and they're ready for the children that are coming, because they're going to be a huge impact on that child's life, and we want to make sure that they're prepared for that.
The problem is these young people never had a father in their life. They never did. So the first time that they're hearing or talking about fathers, these concepts are brand new. They're absolutely brand new. There was nobody ever in their life that demonstrated what a father looked like or what a father's responsibilities were. So what's happening is when they're thrown into this situation, all this is happening at one time, there's no reference for them to look at and say, listen, this is how my dad handled this situation, or this is how I was treated. They can't be expected to know something that hasn't been taught to them yet. And I think this is where once we get them, once we can make that connection with them, and they can see that how important this role of fatherhood is, then I think we can stop or break the cycle that we always talk about as far as how families are being ran these days. And we talk about breaking the cycle is for an example, if I was raised without a father and I started having children, like I said before, I would have no idea how to raise my children. I would have no understanding of what my responsibilities were because I never had that. I never seen that, and I don't know what that looks like. So I think we're not trying to replace fathers, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to educate fathers. We're trying to give them a reference point and give them an understanding of how important their role is in their children's lives.